Like, God, what is this? What have I gotten myself into? Links. Is it links that we're going to submit? I have links too. Where is the work? In fact, if this is anything you take from this video, it's good. Hi my darlings, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eniola, but you can call me Ennis. And if you're old, you're an OG, what's good, what's happening, what's up? So today I'm going to be sharing some tips with you on how you can finish your master's degree with a distinction. I was able to do that while I studied at York University. So yeah. And it wasn't an easy ride, honestly, let me just tell you guys, but I pulled through, and if I can do it, you definitely can do it too, especially if you guys try out these tips I'm going to be telling you today. I'm sure they would help out in some way. So I moved to Canada in 2019 for my master's degree. It was towards the end of August, like between the last 2 days of August, I think that was when I got here. And yeah, I came straight up to school. Like I think the next day was orientation, so everything was like quick. Guys, masters is a completely different learning experience from university, especially if you did your undergrad in a different country. It's very different, trust me, but it's nothing you can't handle. So let's go to the first tip. I'm excited. Oh my god, I totally forgot to say this. Please click the subscribe button down below. Just click it now. Click it. You know you want to click it. And feel free to share this video with anyone you think it might help. So the reason I'm doing this video now is because I know a lot of you are coming for your masters very soon, next month, that's August, and you guys are trying to plan and probably have some fears and concerns. So I wanted to do this video to kind of like calm your fears and give you guys some encouragement. So yeah, let's continue with this video. So going for my masters, I already had the mindset that I wanted to finish with a distinction because it's such a huge investment. Like if you're not opportune to get a scholarship, yeah, it's a lot of money for one to put down. So it has be a distinction, you know. So that was what was going through my head, you know. So yeah, I was feeling a lot of pressure from that to just bring my A game and kill it. And I'm guessing that's what a lot of you are probably feeling as well. So you're not alone. So let's get started. Tip number 1. Please guys, try to attend all your lectures. So for my school, and I'm sure most schools are the same, 10% of your grade goes to attendance, attending classes, and not only attending classes, also participating. Yes, it's called participation mark or participation grade. I know this might not be something you're used to, especially if you're one of those that didn't talk in class during your undergraduate degree, but yeah guys, you can't do that here. You have to speak up, you really have to talk and answer questions. Even if there are no questions, make contributions, you know, and ask questions as well. Disclaimer, I didn't attend every single class, but I attended most of my classes, almost all my classes. So yeah, attend classes. Don't stop guys, don't stop class. It's very important because some lecturers would intentionally ask questions in exams based on what they said in class, but they won't put it in the lecture material. Yes, they do that here. So some would tell us like, yo, what I'm about to say is coming out in your test or it's coming out in your exam, but it's not in the lecture material. So everybody will have their pen out and start jotting. But some are not that nice. They won't tell you. You just see it in your exam and you're wondering, where is this from? So yeah, you need to attend class and take notes down. A lot of people take notes on their laptops, but I prefer to take notes in a notebook. I actually bought exercise books. I bought exercise books from back home. I had long notes and I had like this short 80 leaves notes as well. So another tip I have for foreign students and not used to the accents that lecturers might have is to record your classes. So take your phone, go to recordings, and then just start recording it once the class starts, and you can go back when you're reading to listen to what the lecturer said before if you missed it in your notes. That was very helpful for me. Like guys, this tip is really strong. In fact, if there's anything you take from this video, is good. But yeah, keep watching. Keep watching because we're just getting started. Planning. Oh god, plan. It is so important. Like I'm such a planner by nature, but I feel like masters made me plan more than I've ever planned in my life, because you would have multiple deliverables from different courses, different programs, and especially if you haven't been in a school setting in a while, you're not really used to that fast-paced, oh, I have this one due tomorrow, I have two due next tomorrow, that kind of thing. You're not used to it. You need to plan. So I brought this. I found this in my stuff. It's kind of bent, but yeah, basically this is one of the planning sheets I had. So I had a board on my reading table which was so helpful, and you could pin things to it. So what I did was I wrote down all the deliverables I had, all the assignments, all the tests, all the exams. I did some color coding as well, so I would write them down and pin them to the board, so I'm always looking at it. I know what I'm reading for, I know what I'm preparing for. Basically, no assignment or test will catch you by surprise because you are constantly looking at it every time. So you know how in university you have a group of friends, you go to class together, you leave class together, you read in each other's rooms, you guys go to the library to read together and stuff like that. You might not have that luxury here. Just prepare your mind now. You would have to do a lot of your reading alone. So for me, it wasn't too difficult because I was used to reading by myself, you get. But for people that are not used to that and even rely on having like a group of people to study with, all you need to handle this is to be disciplined. I always had a schedule and a plan for the day because you most likely not live with your classmates. You probably live alone. So I lived alone, that kind of thing. So you're not surrounded by classmates outside of school. It's kind of difficult to be able to form that study group or study community. So I had two other Nigerians in my class actually, and we were able to study together when it was close to tests. So like a day or two before tests and exams, we'll book a study room and study together, like ask each other questions, and that was really helpful. So still on studying for exams, I'll say don't rely on your course materials alone or what your lecturer says in class alone. I know in university that could fly, like you just cram everything and just pour it out immediately, and when you walk out of the exam you can't even remember what you wrote. Yeah, you need to go outside of the course material, go outside of school and do a lot of online research. So another thing I would say is have the habit of reading every day. So yeah, I actually did that. I read almost every day. So after class I would either stay back and book a study room and then read what was taught that day, or I go back to my room. Guys, this helps a lot. Like, it makes reading so easy. I remember doing it in university, but I wasn't consistent with it. But this time I was more consistent and it really helped. So another thing I did was to set questions for myself. Yes. So when I'm reading, I would go to the back of my notes and start to write questions that are related to what I've read. So if I'm reading about, this is just an example, if I'm reading about economics, right, and there's the definition of economics there, I'll go to the back of my notes and now write what is economics. So later on, I know that I have to be able to answer that question. Anytime I'm going to bed or anytime I don't feel like reading, I'll just go to those questions and see what I can remember. If I can remember something, I'll go back and check. So it's even easier. You don't have to go and start reading the whole notes. So a few days to exam, I would also take a sheet of paper. So I'll tear the middle of my long notes, and let me show you guys the long notes I'm talking about. Okay, this is an example of the long notes that I brought to Canada. Yes, but anyways, I'll take the middle of this long note and tear it out. So I'll now make short notes and bullet points of different parts of the subject and basically use it to read and revise till I enter the exam hall, because I'm the type of person that I will still be revising minutes to the exam. Like, as I'm standing outside or sitting outside for them to call us into the exam hall, I'm still reading as opposed to just sitting and looking. Like, it would just make me start feeling nervous. I don't know, that's how I am. So I always like to keep looking at something till I enter the exam hall. So it's that piece of paper that I always look at, because looking at my entire notes is stressful. Like, you won't be able to cover ground. You just be doing like this. You just be doing like this, and like nothing will even be entering, and it's even just make me start panicking. So I just hold on to that in my middle page. I'll have things written here, and yeah, I'm good to go. So still on planning, you need to create a reading plan for yourself. It really helped me out. So guys, from the first day, just make something like this for both the assignments and tests you have, and also one for your reading timetable. So yeah, that really helped me. But when you get your results from a test or an exam, my advice is for you to go through it. Like, no matter what the result is, fine, the result might be low, I might not even want to look at it in that moment, but you have to check it later, because one, lecturers might have actually made a mistake. So they might have made a mistake in adding up your scores, or they might have put something right that they marked wrong. I think that's happened to me before, maybe once or twice, and I went and they corrected it. And another reason why you should check it is you might see things that you thought you knew, but you do not really know them like that. So you'll be able to look out for it. If your result is very low, like you're like, what is this? So what you can do is, after class, just walk up to the lecturer and just be like, sir, this is my result. It's not good. I would like to talk through it with you. Here, they are always open. They're always ready to help. So the person will definitely say, come at this time or that time, and actually go over your results with you. So I actually did this for a test. I'm not just talking, I did it. I went to the professor's office after the test and went over it, and I saw things I missed, and he gave me some tips for like the exam. It was very helpful. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is referencing. This is going to be very quick. Here you have to reference everything. You have to reference every assignment that you take home. So they check for plagiarism a lot. Like, every single assignment has to pass through it. So don't even think about going online to say you want to pick something and drop it in your assignment. You just get odo. You just get 0, because yeah, they don't even play with it at all. Just to reiterate, if you don't understand anything, go to your lecturers, go to your teacher's assistants, and book some time with them. So I didn't go to any teacher's assistants because I didn't even really know them, but I went to my lecturers, asked to book time in their calendar that you want to discuss something. And sometimes I just even send an email with my question, and they would explain via email as well, so you don't even have to go anywhere. So yeah, you can ask your classmates. Like, definitely that's also a good thing to do, especially classmates that you've seen that, okay, this person's head is correct, they know what they're doing. Next is group work. God, where do I start? Group work? I'm sure I cried on this group work matter. Guys, it wasn't even funny. I don't know if it's just my program, but the amount of group work. There was even one course like this. The woman entered the class the first day. It was our final semester, I remember, because it was online. And she goes, so in my course, 80% of your grade goes to group work.
What?
I was like, sorry? Come again? Like, imagine that kind of arrangement. 80% of your grade is group work, and if your group fails, even if you get a in all the tests and all the other things are individual, automatically you fail. I'm just like, God, what is this? Because I'd had so many not so great experiences with group work, honestly. So remember I mentioned I had 2 other Nigerian friends in my class. We usually used to team up for groups, but most of the time groups were groups of 4 or groups of 5, so we had to always find 2 other people or 1 other person to work with us, and it was so difficult. Like, I don't even know if it was a race thing, honestly, but it was very difficult for us to find people to work with us, even though, in my opinion, we're very intelligent. But at times when it was groups of 2, they would always pair with each other because they knew each other before the program and they already had like a close relationship before the program. So I would be left alone and I would have to start searching for who to work with. God. So I remember my first assignment was groups of 2. So obviously the 2 other Nigerians picked themselves and I had to look for someone. I used to move around the class a lot. I used to interact with people. Like, I remember one of them used to always tell me that, that I'm the one that talks to people the most in class, like, compared to them, like, and that's just me even trying to, be friendly with everyone. So when it was time to do group work, I moved around, I spoke to different people, and I eventually got someone to be my teammate, only for this girl to come the next day and she's like, oh, that she's sorry, that the person she wants to team up with is now free, so she can't be my teammate again. I was like, okay, because we hadn't even done any assignment together, so you don't even know how each person works, you get. But she already decided that she didn't want me again. Guys, I was so pained, so that's how I had to continue my search again. Mind you, all these assignments have deadline. I continued my search, and then I finally found someone, and guys, it wasn't great at all. I did most of the work. Like, I would ask, oh, how far, like, where's your work, bring us you've done. And then my guy would be like, oh, I have links, see, I have links. I'm like, links? Is it links that we're going to submit? I have links too. Where is the work? At the end of the day, we actually got a really high grade. I think we got like 14/15 or something. But I did most of the work. I had to kill myself. Like, it was so stressful. And then sometimes you would have suggestions, you have ideas, and people just won't want to listen to you. Like, they will just feel like you don't know what you're talking about. I remember one group assignment like this. I assigned us teammates, and it was supposed to be a presentation. And these people were just doing something completely off. And I was trying to tell them that this is not what this man would want. I don't want to go into too much detail because of time. They didn't listen to me, and I was so like confused. Like, it was so foreign to me, like, for someone to just shut my suggestions down right off the bat. But yeah, that happened. So at the end of the day, we got a very low grade. In fact, that was my lowest grade on any assignment. Guys, so they would always give feedback, which is great. So in the feedback that we got, everything I mentioned that they should do, it was there. I was just like, God, what is this? I wasn't used to such a huge portion of my grade being dependent on other people's performance. And then again, you are making suggestions, they're not listening. So I was just like, God, what is this? What have I gotten myself into? So my advice is for you to try to be team lead, like, especially if you know that, okay, I know what I'm doing. Try as much as possible to be the group leader. That's one thing I didn't really do at the start. I feel like for you to be heard, especially if, you know, my suggestion is that you be team lead. That way people will be forced to listen to you, you know. Another thing is, over time, people would actually see that you know what you're talking about. So I remember that my friend in class, she would say that she noticed when I answered questions, people would like look surprised, people would be shocked when I get the answer correct, that kind of thing. I remember another time, so there was a very difficult assignment, and I got the highest mark in the whole class, and the lecturer literally calls my name out. He calls my name out, and I walk in front of the class, and he gives me a handshake, and it was just so like ceremonial. So it was such a nice feeling, honestly. So when people start to see things like that, okay, this one might actually know what she's doing, they will start to respect you. So that was what happened for me. So I would definitely say that just keep doing you, keep working hard, and people will recognize it and start to value your opinion. So with regards to your final project or your dissertation, I would say try to get a head start. It's very important. Do research before your final semester. Figure out what you want to do. My final project was kind of different. It was like a co-op, and that was why I actually chose my program. It was a group work as well, so another group work, yes. So yeah, we got to work with this startup company that was looking to launch, and honestly, it was so interesting. It was very difficult because I was the team lead for this one, and it was just very difficult being able to manage the entire team because there was lockdown. We were doing everything online. We didn't get to have physical meetings. So you can imagine having to bring everybody together and, you know, encourage everyone and make sure everybody's doing their part. Yeah, it was difficult, but at the same time, it really helped me, honestly, like in terms of being able to manage different people and just manage the dynamics of a very, very diverse group. So regarding your final project or dissertation, I would say reach out to your supervisor a lot. Like, give them constant updates. Just keep at the back back of your mind that this person is giving you your grade, which obviously takes the bulk of your final grade in your last semester, which is so important. So you need to show them that you're working. And I would say God really helped me, honestly, even throughout my master's experience. Like, a lot of times I just felt like it was just me and God, and if not for God, honestly, I don't know where I would have gotten to. So I'll definitely encourage you to pray and just involve God in this. Like, just tell him, God, is you and me in this thing. Like, I remember I had some Bible verses that I pinned to that my board that was on my reading table, so I'll just always look at it. Keep yourself encouraged, and I'm sure God will crown your efforts with success. So yeah, work hard and also play hard as well. Okay, maybe not too hard, but yeah, make sure you take time to rest, relax, go out, explore the city. I'm grateful that I was able to make some friends along the way and go out, have fun. Trust, I remember there was even one time like this. I don't know if I should be saying this, but yeah, there was one time I had like an exam or a test, and I still went out like 2 days before and had a very nice time. Like, I enjoyed myself well. But you know, when you do that kind of thing, you know that you can't fail because you've gone to go out. So you just have to pass. So yeah, I still passed the test. Like, yeah. So guys, because of time, I have to stop here. I hope these tips have been helpful. Feel free to drop questions in the comment section down below, and I will definitely go through them and answer as best as I can. But yeah, make sure you try out these tips I gave you, and I'm sure you will do amazing. Subscribe guys and join the family. I'm definitely going to be giving guys more tips and advice based on my experience here, so you want to join this family. Yes. Bye guys. Mwah.